little suburb called Patterson Lakes. Has anyone here heard of Patterson Lakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, one or two. Like those that don't know, Patterson Lakes, it's kind of near Frankston. It's sort of a planned suburb, a bit like Caroline Springs, except, you know, it kind of makes Caroline Springs look like the Palace of Versailles. Patterson Lakes, basically the idea behind it was a bunch of developers looked at how much money you could get for selling a block of land, and then how much money you could get for selling a waterfront block of land, and went, ooh, right, we're going to manufacture as much waterfront as we possibly can, and proceeded to drain a swamp. Now, now, the Patterson Lakes never wanted to be a suburb. It wanted to be a swamp. And anyone who's seen any movie can tell you that if you build a place of residence on top of somewhere that doesn't want to be resided upon, that place is fucking evil. Don't believe me? Watch Poltergeist. Or go to Canberra. But Patterson Lakes didn't want to be resided upon. And you know, it's been obvious for years. I'm pretty sure in 1834, John Batman rocked up with his surveying team and walked up to Patterson Lakes, or where it would be, and went, this would be a fucking terrible place for a village. And then fucked off up north. But no, so Patterson Lakes, being a swamp, it always wanted to be a swamp, and it kept trying to reclaim itself. So, for example, every 2 weeks, a barge would trundle past our house and pump black slop from the bottom of the canal onto the front lawn of our house to try and stop the canals from filling up. And we had a jetty near our house, and every 2 to 5 years, and still today, it's rebuilt because it keeps getting sucked under, right? I remember this after I saw Never Ending Story for the first time. Like, I went down to the jetty, I grabbed a rope that was around one of the pylons. I'm like, no, Artax, no! I'm trying to be happy, Artax, no! Until the age of 11, I thought I was wetting the bed. Turns out it was just rising dam. What a table. So I went to Patterson Lakes Primary School, which was made out of portables, because they hadn't yet figured out how to build a brick school that wouldn't sink. So, and I should say as well, Patterson Lakes was, have you seen Kath and Kim, the opening sequence of Kath and Kim? The aerial shot, that's Patterson Lakes. That is Patterson Lakes, that's what they filmed for that. And it's quite true to life, because Patterson Lakes is a place designed for the nouveau riche to flaunt the kinds of things you can afford if you're prepared to live on a swamp near Frankston. So it's all about like posing off the boat in your driveway, or like having a pool in the shape of a palm tree, or like, and there's one place in Patterson Lakes that is actually, the facade of the house is a replica of Elvis's mansion, Graceland, right? I swear to God, the fucking tackiest thing you've ever seen. But they ran out of money, right, making this thing. They couldn't build all of Graceland, so the whole house is one room deep. This is not a house that is designed to be lived in. This is a house that is designed to be driven past. So I rocked up to school on the first day, and it's all portables and shit. And the kids who went to Patterson Lakes Primary School were not the sun-kissed farmers' kids from Tumu. These are kids who were designed to be driven over while you're saying, fuck, is that Graceland? Yeah, little fuckers, right? So I rock into class the first day, and it's maths, right? And they're doing digits, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. And I'd never seen it before, like, and I put my hand up a few times and like got a few questions wrong, you know, I looked like a bit of an idiot, but after the class, these kids came up to me and they're like, who's the fucking retard? How many digits am I holding up, fucker? You know, why do you go back to dry land where you belong? You know, they were just being shits about it, you know, but then this continued for a couple of weeks, but then an amazing thing happened, right? Because the only reason why I was behind in the class is the syllabus was different, like it takes a while to catch up in different parts of the year. And not only did I catch up over the coming weeks, it turns out, in all honesty, that I'm a fucking genius. Okay? So within a couple of months, I was actually like 2 years ahead. And I'm like, sweet, this is awesome. These kids, all these kids who hated me because they thought like I was really stupid, they're gonna love me now. Like, look guys, look what I got 100% on that test. That's better than all of you. How much do you love me? Why are you sitting on me? Why are you rubbing tan bark in my hair? Oh God, that's not tan bark. It turns out that the only thing these kids hated more than a stupid kid who doesn't know it He's a smart kid who does. So from this point onwards, and you know, there was sort of regular abuse of various kinds. Now obviously I'm fine, but if you fuck with me, no, I'm fine. But it was pretty fucked up at the time. Like, because if some kid decides in the playground to jump on you, to slam tackle you, and his nickname is King Kong Bundy, you fucking feel it. And King Kong Bundy and his gang, they're like one step removed from having gills and flippers, right? And they'll come up, they'll be like, you know, smoking cigarettes. What are you fucking looking at? Now, when someone comes up to you and says, what are you fucking looking at? The problem is not with you, I found out. The problem is that they're not having a fight yet. And these guys, you know, they may have had their limitations in maths, but if there's one problem they knew how to solve, it was, I'm not having a fight yet. So, this went on for a while, and then one day, this new kid arrived, and his name was Adam, and Adam's from Georgia. And he's as sweet as apple pie, and he's about this tall, and he's Christian. And he doesn't know any swear words. What's a swear word? I don't know what a swear word is. And as anyone will tell you, bullies will not stop teasing you and beating you until something much more fun comes along. And so I knew that, you know, little Adam was pretty much fucked. I mean, he didn't even know what the word fucked meant yet, but he was soon to become the walking definition. So, I took one look at this kid, and like, you know, I decided I had to take a stand. You know, I wasn't going to let what happened to me happen to this little kid, you know. So kid, you know, you got to stick with me, you're not going to last 5 seconds in this stinking shit can, right? Okay, so I got to tunnel out of here. But it didn't work, you see, water table, fucking 1 HP, the tunnel keeps flooding. Okay, so plan B. Plan B, okay? I've designed a laser that goes on the handlebars of your BMX. We're going to ride here. We're going to cut these fuckers in half. You know what I'm saying? Cut them a new waist, whatever. Okay, but you know, not perfected yet. Technology not quite right yet. Need to find the laser. Okay. So plan C. Okay, plan C is in action. I got my mum to sneak in some contraband. It's in a cake. What's in the cake? Smaller cakes, okay? We've got lots of little cakes in here. What are we going to do? We're going to put the cakes out, one at a time, leading down to the water's edge. King Kong Bundy loves fucking cakes, okay? His people, they follow him wherever he goes. He's going to eat the cakes. By the time they get down to the water's edge, they'll be so bloated they'll be unable to swim. They will fall into the water and sink. We do it on a Thursday, okay? We do it on a Thursday because then we've got at least 6 days before the barge comes past, pumps them into some fucker's palm-shaped pool. So, okay, what are you with me or are you against me? I don't think we should kill anyone. You know, in fact, I've come to realize these guys may be fuckers, and you know, they may be evil, but it's this place, Dad. This place is making people evil. It's making people into fuckwits. I have to use that word. And you know what we gotta do? We've got to take this place out. We've got to destroy this place. Okay, right, Adam. We're going to destroy this place. So we went down to the entrance to the river, where the river comes into the canals, right? And this actually happened, right? I went down. There's a big entrance thing, and there's a sort of lock that opens and closes to let water in and out of the thing. So Adam and I were, you know, and Patterson Lakes, when a suburb teeters so close to the brink, it's sort of like a space station in a holding pattern around a black hole. You know, and it takes the slightest nudge for it to go. So we decided we would get rocks and jam the gates closed, right? So we're putting rocks down there, and then gradually the water table starts to inexorably rise. And one by one, piers are disappearing. Swimming pools are merging with the rising muddy mass. And I think, pretty sure by the time the police arrived with the Dandenong Valley Authority, there was a few boats kind of floating above their trailers in people's driveways. The fucking suburb is going underwater. It's like everything that you've ever seen in those doomsday scenarios in like, what's that Al Gore movie? Inconvenient Truth. Yes, a very convenient sinking suburb. And so eventually we were caught and it was all fixed up and stuff, and we were actually, the cops were like driving us home saying, oh, what do we do? Send it to boarding school? Yeah, what about Guantanamo? That doesn't exist yet. Oh yeah. And we were sent home. Now, I would like to say that I thought of a punchline for this story. But to me, it's just a very interesting story. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you very much for your attention, and I will wish you good night.